Hi, I'm Sara from Denne Media, and today I'm here with Scott, who's responsible for the club's keepers and their development. We haven't had someone in this role for some years, and we finally wanted to do something about their development and help them further in life with soccer. So we're going to talk about the goalkeeper in specific and their development. So first of all, you have a background as a semi-pro player and nearly a full-time player in Ipswich.
Yep.
You also went to the Manchester City Academy at a young age.
Yep. I played in Manchester City from 10 years old to 16 years old. I was picked up from my local Breda club. And it also happened that the team trainer for the Breda club, he was also a scout at City. So I fell into there quite easy, but the job was big.
Yes. And as a coach, you've been in Sarpsborg 08 and now at Kvik.
Yes, as a coach here in Norway, I started out at Lovenstad i Akershus. Also, after that, I then went on to Drøbak Frogn for 3 years. Had a good time there at Drøbak Frogn. After that, went to Sarpsborg 08 with the Damelag, which was really fun, and also working with the Young Boys Academy. I'm also helping for the G19, G16 occasionally, and now I'm also at Crickhalden.
That's a good CV.
It's not a bad CV. It still can be extended, but we start as we mean to go on, and we've got a job to do. So yeah.
Why did you choose to also help here in Tune?
I chosen to help here in Tune because I seen that there was no opportunity for goalkeepers here. It is a club that is quite local to where I am based. I was asked to do this task, and I carry out this task, and the first thing was to look at was to see how many keepers are there engaged, wanting to actually become goalkeepers, and then I find out quite quickly that there's people here that need some help and support. So it was a very easy choice for me to come and help out.
What do you think about Tune now putting more focus on the keeper's development?
I think it's absolutely fantastic. I also think that this is now hopefully going to set the standard and set the trend, so this spreads throughout Østfold. I know a lot of clubs need this. They need this help, they need this support, they need a bigger focus on the keepers. So I think it's a very interesting thing here at Tune, and also I do feel that it can be very interesting for other clubs as well.
Yeah, what do you think about like the goalies in general in Østfold and in both Brede clubs and in the landslagsskole?
I think in the landslagsskole that they have everything. They have everything set out. They have really good people working with the keepers in the landslagsskole. They have a lot of people that have actually played the keeper role, which I feel is very important, and it's also good to attend the meetings and assemblings as well, just to keep in there with who is doing what and how they are doing things. In Østfold right now, we have had the coronavirus, and it's been very difficult as we had many plans. The plans got stopped because of the coronavirus, and we know that there is a big need for development in Østfold for keepers. We do have some keeper trainers who are very active, and they are working very hard on a regular basis to help the keepers. But for me, quite simply, that is not enough, and we need more input for keepers in the county. I'm trying to drive that agenda at the moment, but as I say, with the coronavirus, it's actually been quite tough.
With the international experience, where do you put Norway in general, and what concerns you in development of goalies?
Yeah. I think here in Norway there is a great, how do you say? I think here in Norway that there is many people that are willing to learn, and they really want to learn. Coming from a background that is like my own background, it is actually very different, because in the UK, you know, football, goalkeeping, it is not an activity. It's more of a lifestyle. So when you are young, you in some ways are automatically brought in to play the sport that you want to play. And with England, the UK being so big on football, more than often than not, you just fall into it naturally. I think that's probably one of the biggest things that I would point out, that it just comes naturally in the UK to want to play football, to go out there, to train, to say, okay, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to try to be the best at what I'm going to do, and not just give up if you are not the best or things like that. That is probably the biggest difference I find between Norway and the UK. Yeah.
What do you then think that Norway can learn from other countries?
I think Norway is a very good developing country in football. I can see day to day that people are taking football more seriously. There's more people out on the pitch wanting to train, wanting time from coaches and things like that. I think it's just a matter of time. I also think it's resources. I think resources play a very big part, and I pay homage to my parents when I was a young child, and I first started to learn to become the goalkeeper in the team that I played for, because right then I understand that we didn't have all these resources, but also at the same time I had a keeper trainer at a very young age. And I think that the parents in the beginning, when they try to help the children, I think they do a fantastic job. But also, if the kids and the youngsters here are going to go far, I feel it's very important to try to get them the coaching that they need and the follow-up so early.
If you put it down to our level here at Denne, what do you think we could have done differently with resources and the level?
I think it's a very difficult thing to basically judge that on, because there is a lot of clubs here in Norway that are so small. There are some clubs that are bigger than others, but also, you know, when you come, you know, you can talk about trainers. Every club needs more trainers, every club needs quality trainers. Also, that comes with the finance as well, but also the beautiful thing about this game is, you know, you can always put yourself out there. You know, you don't need to have a lot, you don't need to earn a lot to be able to just go out on the pitch and say, okay, you're going to spend 1 hour with this player, you're going to spend 2 hours with this player, you're going to do that for 5 days a week. You know, you don't have to ask for much. You basically want to give what you can, and that's for me, as a former keeper, there is nothing better than actually being out there on the pitch with people that want to have the chance to learn, and that for me is the biggest thing, because I know what it's like to be a kid without them resources. So my thing is, okay, I remember that time. What can I actually do to help people? What can I do to be able to give people the best tuition possible? It's a very big thing for me. I cared about that a lot. Yep.
Now you've been at Denne for a half a year. Have you seen any progression in the keepers, or have you made an impact on them already?
Well, I don't say this to float my own boat, but I think wherever I go, I do actually make an impact on people because of my personality. I think the keepers here at Tooney are doing quite okay, but I also think that it's the same with everywhere else. It's a lot based on time. You know, you cannot build things overnight. You've got to first of all know what you're doing. You've got to see who you're working with, and then you've got to start setting your own standards. And then once you set your own standards, and then people understand what you're actually looking for, what you're expecting from them, then that is when you can then put set the price on that. The keepers here at Tooney, they do quite well, and a lot of them are very eager to learn. They are willing to learn, and I know it's easier said than done, but you can always go that extra further. And that is what we're looking to do now. Because of the coronavirus at the moment, we have two groups that are compressed into one group, and you tend to find that, you know, others have more quality than others, which is actually quite difficult to work with that. But at the same time, you know, we are given the opportunity to keepers of different ages, and we have to maintain this the best way we can, and we continue to do so.
What are your goals then for 2021?
Are you talking about my goals personally, or my goals for Tooney, or?
Yeah, for the goalies at Tooney.
For the goals at Tooney, yeah. No, my plan is to stabilise, to have a more secure group who are continuing to come every day. They're continuing to learn. They're continuing to train. First and foremost for me as a keeper, and also as a keeper trainer, I look for certain things, and the one thing I look for first is mentality. So I'm not looking for mentality of what a keeper can actually do in the game. I'm looking for a mentality, okay, who has come to training, who's ready to train, what are you willing to give to become the best? And transferring this mentality over to the keepers is not the easiest of tasks, but we get them in a working environment, and once you start to work, then that basically starts to, how to say, rub off on the others. And then when you can get that and you can start to build this, create this working environment, then you're creating a mentality. Once you're creating the mentality, then you can start to progress with the works that you need to do. So for this year, for 2021, it's here at Tooney, it's all about building. It's about continuing to build, to see who's got something, to see who needs more work than the other, and things like that. And to, first of all, to create a very good environment. We have a good environment now. However, typical me, I always want more. So it's not finished, but we've started quite well, and we've got a good group, and we've got a group that are willing to learn.
Thank you very much for the interview.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Yeah, thank you.